Hey old soul, just over a year ago I sold everything I owned and moved to the land of Bali with my ex-husband and 3 kids. Now I live my dream life, traveling first class around the world, teaching others how to do the same. If you are ready for a life that is so abundant and free, where money flows like air so effortlessly that you don't even care because you are simply focusing on you and allowing everything to be true, then you are exactly where you need to be. Let me teach you how to be wildly abundant and insanely free.
That's what, ooh, heaven is a place on earth. They say in heaven, love comes first. Ooh, baby, heaven is a place on earth. Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. They say, take it away, guys. Take it away. Take it away. I am living in paradise. I am living in heaven. Every problem is solved before it even begins. I am not living in a reality of bad days, of hard times, of hardships. Yes, the world looks like it's falling to pieces. Yes, I'm aware that there are hurricanes. Yes, I'm aware that there are people dying. Yes, I'm aware that the economy is apparently failing. But since the history of time, we have always had all of the chaos that has come through. And when the world is failing, I will always be the one that's riding my surfboard out in the waves going, man, this is the best life. This is a phenomenal life. This life is just a whole heap of quantum particles that you get to look at the way that you desire. And how I desire to live my life is effortlessly. How I desire to live my life is that every problem is solved before it even begins. Things don't go wrong for me, they only go right. When we had the Bali retreat, there were so many things that came up. There were just little interesting things, like the fact that I got my own private chef. They wanted to charge me money because I had my own private chef. Now, it wasn't about the money, it was about the value to me, and it was out of integrity because they hadn't told me that I would have to pay an extra surcharge if I got my own chef in. And so I just stood there and I was like, cool, I'm not paying it. Like, I just put that out to the universe. I'm like, I'm not paying it. I get to the Bali retreat villa and they're like, oh, we've waived that. And I'm like, of course you have, because it was illegal for you to do that anyway because you hadn't notified the client before we even got there. I didn't say any of that, but I just held the energy of, I'm not paying it. We organized a whole beautiful Balinese ceremony. I'd spent a lot of money to get this ceremony for everyone at all of the guests of the Bali retreat. And the man said, you'll need to go out and buy the Balinese sarongs. And I said, well, no, we're not going to do that because usually when we pay for the ceremony, you provide these things. And he's like, literally, I just let it there. I was like, there you go. I'm in the vibration of the solution. And he sent me a photo with all of these brand new Balinese attires on every single attendee's bed. I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. We constantly stay in the vibration of the solution, not the problem. I'd lost my Balinese phone because it's a massive villa and I'm always forever moving things around. And I tried to look for it and I was like, no, we don't do that. Things just turn up. They are effortless. When we're in the frantic energy of where is it, it will never turn up because you're not vibrating in the consciousness of the solution. So I just said, no, I'm not going to look for this phone. And then I literally asked the attendees, and there were a lot of attendees there. So the odds that I was in the right place at the right time with the attendee that had actually taken the phone from the poolside wasn't very high. And she's like, oh yes, the phone. She's like, I would have forgotten, of course. And I was like, of course you would have. But I was vibrating in the solution of the fact that I had my phone back in my hand and it was safe. Everything is solved when you are in the vibration of the solution. The money that you desire comes when you are in the vibration of the solution. The beautiful partner comes when you are in the vibration of the solution. Everything works out when you are in the vibration of the solution. But when you are in the low vibration of the problem, which is, where is it? It hasn't manifested, yada, yada, yada. You are in lack. You will never be able to live a life beyond your wildest dreams when you are in lack, when you are constantly seeing problems and not solutions. The first year I moved to Bali, lots of people were like, whoa, are you okay? Is your life okay? There were so many things that came up. I had to go through a legal battle with one of my staff in Australia. I had an emergency which I had to fly back to Australia for. I had one of my best friends take his life, my grandma die, and my dog die. This whole time, I stayed in the vibration of the solution, which was everything works out for me. Everything always goes my way. Everything is really aligned for me all the time. And by staying in the energy of the solution, I was calm. I let my friend who took his life just leave, and I could communicate with him from the heaven. You know, something I didn't do when my father took his life. I think when my father took his life, I spent about 15 years of just feeling the intensity of it, which I didn't need to because I wasn't in the vibration of the solution, which is I live a life beyond my wildest dreams no matter what. Everything works out for me no matter what. I am always vibrating in. I have good days and it keeps getting better and better and better no matter what. Your life will keep getting better and better and better when you keep staying in the vibration of the solution, not the problem. And we have never been taught how to stay in the vibration of the solution, not the problem. Now, I just did an energetic activation on this in the Quantum Wealth Activation group. This is my new paid energetic activation group. The reason that this group is paid for is because it is deep energetic work for me. It's deep energetic work for me to channel and hold that space and use light language transmissions. And so there needs to be an equal exchange also. I think I've told you guys this story before, but the man that founded Reiki was constantly giving Reiki sessions away for free. And he's like, I don't understand why these people aren't getting the result. Then he started charging for it and people were getting the result because there was an equal energy exchange and there is the universal law of cause and effect. And when we are operating outside of these universal laws, we are not giving our clients the transformations that they desire. I know that with many energetic exchanges in my business, and when I have energetically exchanged with a coach from a deep place of love, everything always works out. And what you have to remember is that it's no difference to the universe whether you exchange $1 or $1 million. And this is what I say to my clients. I'm like, I choose my prices based upon what energetically feels aligned for me. I tune into a number, and every single number has a certain energetic frequency which correlates to the transformation. And often there'll be a lot of initiations you need to go through to even be able to energetically exchange. If you feel called to come into the 1111 portal, which is where I'm going to literally energetically upgrade you to heaven on earth, to this beautiful, beautiful life, it requires you to be able to look at 555 USD as that's nothing. Money flows to me effortlessly. Money is a constant. Money is as constant as the air that we breathe. And if you look at that number and you go, oh, I don't have that in my account, then you've got a lot of inner work to do. You've got a lot of energetic work to do because your soul is pulling you one way, but your ego is pulling you another way. And I'm not judging you at all if you're there. I've been there before. I definitely have. And so I completely understand. And I understand the inner work that it takes to actually get to a place where you're like, I'm going to exchange this and it's going to come back. And literally, I keep getting messages every single day like, Eva, the money's come back, $5,000. Look at this. Wow, I can't believe how quickly it came back. And I'm just like, yes, that's how it works. Because you are choosing a higher timeline. You're choosing a higher frequency and it always comes back. It always, always, always comes back. And when you don't understand that, actually, one of my friends the other day, he used the word lost. He's like, I've lost a lot of money. I was like, no. I was like, without being pretentious and bossy, but I was just like, we never lose money. It's the perpetual transmutation of energy. If you actually believe that you lose money, you're actually completely disconnected from source because you never lose anything. It only gets transmuted. So, beautiful, wealthy old souls, if you do feel the call to come into the 1111 portal, please, definitely, I'm actually just going to pop the link below. If you want to send me a DM around, any questions around this, please do. But the only thing you need to do is just drop into your heart space, close your eyes and say, hey spirit, hey soul, hey source, hey galactic team, infinite intelligence, whatever you connect to. Hey God, is this the most aligned thing for me to do right now to get me deeper connected to my highest possible timeline and to my soul's mission? And you will feel the expansion in your body. And if you are feeling expanded to do something, and then the physical ego, it does all come up. Of course it comes up. That's how it works. You choose, your soul guides you, it puts the pinpoint on the map, and then everything in your ego comes up to to transmute, to get out of the way. So it's almost like a clearing process. And what a lot of people do with their ego is they push it back down. It's like, oh, no, I couldn't do this. This is not good. And use all your old belief systems to push it down instead of just letting it come up and going, interesting. Okay, interesting belief system here. I lose money when I spend money. That's interesting. Let's delete and transmute that. Let's pull that away and transmute that. And so you're just constantly clearing all of these beliefs that are not for your highest good. You have to get them out of the way, because the only way that you are going to live heaven on earth is when you keep vibrating in the frequency of the solution, not in the frequency of the problem. However, if you really feel the call, but you're feeling a bit blocked, or maybe you're new to inner work, you haven't been doing inner work for a long time, then I invite you to come and do a Kundalini activation session. They are very, very, very powerful, very, very potent. They are like an edema for your soul, as my beautiful client Ruchiro would always say. It helps clean out your energy field so you can attract more beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things. So if you're just not ready for the big leap right now, I fully get that, because it can be like going to the gym, holding 500 kilos of weights, and then you come back, you're like, wow, that was quite intense, because you haven't done the inner work to have the foundation to stabilize it. So listen to your soul, listen to your source. If you feel called for the Kundalini activation session, please send me a DM saying Kundalini. Or if you feel called for the 1111 portal, please DM me saying 1111, because this is going to be huge. Please know that shifts start the second that you sign up. So if you're not ready for massive change, this is absolutely not for you. But if you know that you are an old soul, a starseed, a light worker, a leader, know that you would have had quite a turbulent path. Most old souls, starseeds, light workers do start in the darkness so they can come into the light and be leaders in the second half of their life, so that they can really understand the masses and understand the darkness, so that they can be the embodiment of the light, because there's no use for light in light places. You've got to shine it over the dark. And how do you shine it over the dark if you don't know what darkness is? Big love, wealthy old souls. I love you. I see you. Have a beautiful, magical, phenomenal day. If you join the 1111 portal, you also get access to the Quantum Wealth Activation Group, which has got all my energetic activation. So you will start shifting quite quickly, because I do find that I read all the books, I did all the things, nothing worked until I started doing the energetic work, the energetic activations, and you will skyrocket. So big love, wealthy old soul. Mwah.